After the college entrance exams, my boyfriend and I agreed to apply to HKU University together, but he changed his mind. Myra, you know my family situation, I've decided to apply to HKU University, which is closer to home. In my past life, I changed my application to HKU University, only to find out my boyfriend had already lost interest and went to HKU University with my best friend. Later, I believed his nonsense again, claiming his mother threatened to kill herself, forcing him to change his application and go to HKU University. I foolishly believed him, attending HKU University while taking care of his bedridden mother. Years later, he achieved academic success, bankrupted my family, and drove my parents to their deaths. Thinking about the outcome of my past life sends chills down my spine. I changed my college preference to HKU University and sent him a screenshot, only to switch it back to HKU University at the last second. I won't gamble with my future for someone else anymore. After the registration deadline, Axel Lee called. Myra, did you really apply to Xiamen University? What's wrong? My mom found out I changed my application and forced me to change it back to Hwada University, saying there are better career opportunities there. She said I shouldn't give up a bright future for her sake. I sneered. He was still using the same lines from our past life. Axel Lee had no father and lived with his paralyzed mother. Although the school waived his tuition fees, he still couldn't afford to attend. It was my parents who sponsored him. Yet he showed no gratitude and even tried to drag me into the mud. What should I do? Uncle and auntie will definitely blame me. If it weren't for me, with your top score in the city, how could you end up in a second-tier university? Myra, please listen to me. I was really forced by my mom. Should I go change my application now? The college application is already over. What's the point of changing it now? It's fine. My family is rich. I'll just have my dad invest in a few buildings at HKU University, and I'll get in anyway. Even the garbage dump won't take trash. Who do you think you are? When my parents got home, they could tell I wasn't in a good mood. What's wrong? Who made my baby angry? Mom patted my head. You must be tired from filling out college applications. It's okay. I bought you a ticket to Ching Cheng. Go have fun with Axel Lee. And when you come back, we can visit HKU University. If there's anything you need, we'll prepare it in advance. Dad adjusted his glasses. Our daughter definitely won't be used to the conditions at HKU University. I'll go buy a house near the campus right now and invest in installing central air conditioning in every classroom. Yes, let's do it now. Otherwise, our daughter will suffer when school starts, seeing how much my parents worry about me. My eyes welled up with tears. Myra. What's wrong? Who upset you? Mom wiped away my tears. Myra, tell Dad, did Axel Lee say something again? Axel Lee, Uncle, Auntie, it's all my fault. I originally agreed with Myra to apply to Xiamen University, but my mom threatened to kill herself, insisting I go to HKU University. Axel Lee and Lily Shen walked in one after the other. I looked at Lily Shen, my best friend. Her lips were swollen, and there were several hickeys on her neck. Axel Lee's lips were also bitten and broken. In my past life, I was foolish, completely deceived by them. Lily Shen, Myra, I heard from Axel. It's not his fault. He wanted to attend Xiamen University to take care of his mother, but he didn't expect her to refuse, not wanting Axel to give up his bright future for her. Axel Lee, Myra, I'm sorry, it's all my fault. It's just Hwada University. My dad's rich. He can donate a few teaching buildings to Hwada. Even if I didn't apply, with my top citywide grades, I could still get in. Lily Shen, how is that possible? This is Hwada we're talking about. It has the best teaching facilities. I heard the dorms are all two-bedroom suites for 2 people. They don't need your dad's donations. Axel Lee, Myra, I know your family is wealthy, but at Hwada, your family's fortune wouldn't even make a dent. My parents understood what was happening, and just as they were about to get angry, I threw a tantrum first. I flung the bowl of silver ear and lotus seed soup on Axel Lee's head. His hair was stuck together, and his clothes were a complete mess. Before he could explode in anger, I threw myself into my dad's arms. Dad, I don't care. I must go to Hwada University. I want to be with Axel Lee. I won't go to Xiamen University. Dad was still processing this when I secretly pinched him. With a troubled expression, Dad said, Myra, it's not that I won't help you, but that's Hwada University, the nation's top institution. even if I wanted to donate. I wouldn't be able to get in line. I don't care. I don't care. I must be with Axel Lee. Mom looked at Axel Lee. Axel, Auntie has always known you're a sensible child. Otherwise, we wouldn't have sponsored your education all these years. What you did today, how about this? You attend Sharda University. It's close to your home, and you can take care of your paralyzed mother. You can't just abandon your mom for the sake of going to school. If you do this, people will point fingers and call you unfilial. Dad patted Axel Lee on the shoulder. Myra scored first in the entire city this time. She only applied to Sharda because of you. The college application process just ended, and now you're causing such a scene. It's no wonder Myra can't handle it. How about this? Uncle will pull some strings for you. Forget about Hwada University and go to Sharda instead. What do you say? The annoying person is gone. My parents scrutinized me closely. Feeling uneasy under their gaze, I told them the truth, and their faces were filled with shock. You really applied to Hua University? Hua University in the capital? I smiled and retorted, how many are there at Hua University? Can't blame my parents for not believing me. These past few years, it's like I've been under Axel Lee's spell, doing whatever he said, acting like a mindless idiot. Weren't you supposed to apply to Shia University with Axel Lee? Shia University isn't even in the same league as Hua University. My parents didn't raise me to be someone's lapdog. With my top-of-the-city grades, I should at least see what my parents' alma mater is like. Are you serious? Of course, but don't let it slip. Just say I'm love-struck and followed Axel Lee's advice to apply to Xiamen University. What about college? My parents exchanged glances, afraid I was lying to them. I told you. It was only because Dad donated a few buildings that I got into Hwada University. When our family runs out of money, we won't have any left to keep supporting these ungrateful people. Axel Lee can't stand to see me doing well and would love to drag me into the mud. Only my parents truly care about me and are planning for my future. My parents don't completely trust me. They're half convinced by what I say. I flew alone to Hwada University to find my cousin and familiarize myself with the campus. Seeing me like this, my parents made contingency plans. The matter of donating a building to Xiamen University was temporarily put on hold, and they publicly claimed that their child was being stubborn, having scored first place but insisting on applying to Xiamen University with classmates. Mom fell ill, and Dad stopped going out for social engagements. Others always saw Dad with a face full of worry. I didn't know my parents were acting. Through my cousin's introduction, I finally stepped onto the campus of Hua University, making up for the regret I carried to my death in my previous life. Watching the senior students of Hua University bustling about, I realized that those trivial matters between men and women were nothing at all, except for the occasional harassing calls from Axel Lee. My little life was fulfilling and happy. I estimated that the admission notice would arrive soon. I got home, and Axel Lee came sniffing around. Lily Shen came along too. Myra, where have you been these past few days? Your favorite milk tea, Lily Shen said sourly. Myra, Axel is so good to you. The two of them clearly dislike me, yet they still come over to fawn on me. It's really disgusting. I grabbed the milk tea and slammed it onto the table, splashing some of it and staining Axel Lee's sleeve. Lily Shen stepped forward, shielding Axel Lee's clothes as if to protect him. Myra, you're being too much. Axel explained to you that he originally planned to attend Xiamen University with you, but his mother forced him to change his application. Everything has been explained. Yet you're still throwing a tantrum here. It's only because Axel has a good temper that he's willing to humor you. As Axel's girlfriend, I can't bear to see him suffer even the slightest grievance. Lily Shen, my best friend, in her previous life, she was the last one admitted to Hwada University. In this life, I applied to Hwada, so she has no chance with it anymore. What's even funnier is that Lily Shen was so overconfident. She only applied to Hwada as her sole choice. Axel Lee, in my past life, I was the one who took care of his bedridden mother and covered all his college expenses. Seeing that I ignored him, he must be scared now. Lily Shen, you're my best friend, right? Speaking up for Axel Lee like this, anyone would think you two are a couple. Axel Lee, Myra, I know you're upset, but you can't just say things like that. It's not good for Lily Shen's reputation. Me, oh, so you still remember you're my boyfriend. Lily Shen is my best friend, yet you two are always seen together. People might think she's the other woman coming between us. Lily Shan snapped. Myra, how could you say that about me? I talk to my boyfriend, and you always defend him. You even know so much about Axel Lee's family matters. Could it be that you like Axel Lee? Lily Shan suddenly laughed. Myra, you're jealous. I'm just reminding you that you confessed to the class president. Being with my boyfriend at this time might make him misunderstand. Axel Lee's gaze toward Lily Shan changed. Lily Shan wanted to explain but didn't dare to say anything in front of me. I took a sip of the milk tea. Axel, the milk tea you bought me isn't from Aunt Who's Bobo milk tea. You know I've been pampered since childhood and can't stand cheap stuff. Besides, there aren't even any black pearls in it. If you didn't want to buy it for me, you didn't have to. I didn't force you. The one you like was sold out, and I was in a hurry to see you, so I bought a cup from the shop next door. He managed to cheer me up. You wanted to know where I went, right? Actually, I went to Hwada University. Hua University truly lives up to its name. Walking through the campus feels like entering a castle, especially in its most famous long corridor. It made me feel like round-trip airfare to Hua University costs over 2,000, not including food and accommodation. A single trip would easily exceed 10,000. For my family, 10,000 yuan is nothing. But for Axel Lee, he couldn't even come up with that amount. Axel Lee's face grew increasingly grim, ready to explode, but Lily Shan stopped him. Axel Lee, Myra, why didn't you come to Hwada University with me? I wanted to come with you, but you made me miss the chance to apply to Hwada. You must be too embarrassed to face me. So I went alone. Lily Shan, Myra, I really can't stand this anymore. It was Axel Lee's mom who forced him to do it. Yet you're putting the blame on him, I said with a smile. I used to blame him, but not anymore. After all, my dad already pulled some strings to get me into Hwada. Axel Lee and Lily Shan couldn't stay calm anymore. My parents love me too much. Seeing how heartbroken I was after breaking up with Axel Lee, they pulled every string they could and spent a huge amount of money to finally get me in. Lily Shan, Myra, are you dreaming? Do you think you can just buy your way into Hwada University with some money? Axel Lee, I know you wanted to go to college with me, but you shouldn't have put your parents through this. My parents' money is mine. I'm spending my own money. What's the problem with that? Axel Lee, Myra, you've really disappointed me. I never thought you'd become like this. When we meet your uncle and aunt later, I'll definitely apologize to them. They believed it, which made me even happier. In a few days when the admission letter arrives, I won't need to make excuses anymore. The class monitor will be collecting information about which universities everyone got into. By then, this matter won't be able to stay hidden. My parents came back at this moment, and the first glance at them left me stunned. Axel Lee and Lily Shan saw their parents, who had suddenly aged over 10 years. Axel Lee, uncle and auntie, what happened to you? Father sighed. To get Myra into Hua University, we sold the factory and the car, and we still don't know if it'll work out. Mom, Dad, did you sell the factory? Do you think it's so easy to get into Hwada? Even if we sold the factory, it might not be enough to make this happen. Mom wiped her tears as she spoke. You child, you were the top scorer in the whole city. You could have gotten into Hwada with your eyes closed, but you insisted on applying to Xiamen University. And now you want to go to Hwada. Isn't this just making things difficult for everyone? Axel Lee, uncle, auntie. I'm sorry, it's all my fault. Dad had long disliked Axel Lee, and upon hearing this, he directly slapped him. You know it's all your fault. My daughter was the top student in the city. If it weren't for your instigation, she would have applied to Shia University. Even if you applied to Shia University, you ended up changing to Hua University. Do you just not want my daughter to succeed? Are you deliberately harming her? Mom looked shocked and slightly reproachful. Honey, how could you hit Axel Lee? He's still a child. Dad raised his voice. Child, isn't our daughter a child too? It's all Axel Lee's fault that I lost my factory and my car. All my hard work over the years has gone down the drain. I'm angry and want to vent at the one responsible. Is that wrong? Dad, having fought in the business world for years, skillfully shifted the blame entirely to Axel Lee with just a few words. Axel Lee shouldn't even think about asking our parents for money anymore. Without money, who will take care of Axel Lee's mother, who will pay for his university tuition and living expenses? Honey, calm down. The kids are here. Don't scare them. Scare, our daughter can't get into Hwada University. Whoever's standing in her way, I'll stab them to death, Dad said, then stomped upstairs. Mom looked awkwardly at Axel Lee and Lily Shin. The factory was the business he worked his whole life for. Losing it like this has been hard on him. I pushed Axel Lee and Lily Shin away, sending off those two troublemakers, then asked my mom, Mom, did Dad really sell the factory? He did. I anxiously paced around. I told you, I'm applying to Hwada University. You just needed to put on a show. Why did you actually sell the factory? Dad came downstairs and said, what else can we do if we don't sell it? You're our only daughter. How can we feel at ease letting you go to the capital alone? But you shouldn't sell the factory. Selling it is the only way to open a factory in the capital. Otherwise, we'd have to keep traveling back and forth for you. Do you want to exhaust me and your mom, knowing their plans and recalling their fate in my past life? Perhaps leaving would be a better beginning. Admission letters are arriving one after another. The class monitor starts taking a tally. Axel Lee disappeared for a few days, then became active again after receiving the University of Washington admission letter. He invited classmates to have a meal together. How could someone who can't even afford college tuition have money to treat others? After receiving the call, I took a taxi to the restaurant. Dad sold the car, sold the factory too. Our family is so poor that all we have left is money. At the restaurant, a group of classmates surrounded Axel Lee, who was strutting around like a proud peacock. He knows my family's influence and is afraid my father will bring him down. He's overthinking it. The classmates were discussing admission letters, each face beaming with confident smiles. After 12 years of hard study, no one would foolishly waste such effort. In this lifetime, I will carve out a broad and smooth path for myself. Axel Lee saw me and was about to come over when Lily Shin walked in crying, and Axel Lee comforted her. Lily Shin didn't make the cut, just as I expected. Your acceptance letter is still on its way. You'll receive it in a few days. I've had my Hwada admission letter for 2 days now. Even if mine was slow, yours should have arrived by now. The class monitor walked over and asked, Lily Shin, haven't you received your Hwada admission letter yet? Everyone in the class knew that Lily Shin was overly confident. She had only applied to one university. When others tried to advise her, she said only those who lacked confidence would apply to so many schools. The person who was initially criticized is now waiting to see her make a fool of herself. I couldn't suppress the smile on my face when Axel Lee suddenly called on me. Myra HKU, which university did you apply to? Shia, who university? Classmates teased. Myra, are you so excited that you forgot which university you applied to? Myra, Axel Lee's acceptance letter from UW has arrived. Have you received yours too? My acceptance letter came long ago. Not yet. You're the top student in the city. Even Axel Lee got the offer. How come you didn't? Exactly. Logically speaking, as the city's top student, you should have been recruited by HKU University long ago. Oh, I get it now. Our Myra HKU is waiting for someone special. Everyone in class knew about me and Axel Lee. Some were giving us suggestive looks. Axel Lee seemed not to hear his classmates' words, busy comforting Lily Shin. Lily Shin. Even Myra HKU hasn't received her admission letter yet, so don't worry. Lily Shin pouted and glared at Axel Lee. How can I be the same as her? She applied to Xiamen University, while I applied to HKU University. The surroundings instantly fell silent. Everyone looked at me, and the class monitor spoke on their behalf. Myra HKU, I remember your first choice was Hwada University. Why yes, that's right. Lily Shin. Myra HKU, don't lie to everyone. You clearly applied to Xiad University, classmate. Lily Shin, are you out of your mind? Myra HKU is ranked first in the entire city. Is she stupid to apply for the second-tier Shia University? Lily Shin, Myra HKU applied to Shia University because she wants to attend it with Axel Lee, classmate. Axel Lee has already received an acceptance letter from HKU University. They're a couple. Why would they separate? Classmate. Exactly. Myra HKU is the top student in the city, and her family is well off. It's not like they can't afford the tuition. Why would she apply to Shia University? Lily Shin, what do you all know? Axel Lee chose Xiamen University to be close to home and take care of his mom. Myra HKU chose Xiamen University to be with him. It's all because of Axel Lee's mother. Enough, Axel Lee roared. Lily Shin's tears started falling at his shout. Axel Lee hurried to comfort her. while their classmates around them sensed something fishy, too absorbed in each other. Lily Shin and Axel Lee didn't notice the disdainful looks from those around them. Thinking she had defeated me, Lily Shin sobbed out her words. Did I say something wrong? It was Myra HKU who applied to Xiamen University first, but later we heard Axel Lee changed to University of Washington, and she wanted to go there too, forcing her father to sell both the factory and the car. A few classmates who are close to me asked me what was going on. Lily Shin is too young. So focused on belittling me that she didn't realize everyone already knows about the shameful things she and Axel Lee have done. Class monitor, Myra HKU, you're the student the teacher has the highest hopes for. You wouldn't let the teacher down, would you? I listed HKU University as my first choice. But Axel Lee called and said he wanted to attend HKU University with me. I agreed, but I was afraid the teacher would be disappointed, so I put HKU University as my last choice. The classmates laughed. With the top score in the city, even with the worst luck, you wouldn't get accepted by your 98th choice. Right, exactly. It's not like the first 97 choices were blind. The class monitor made the final decision. In that case, I'll report first that you've been admitted to HKU University. If you dare lie to me, just wait for the teacher to come after you with a big knife in the middle of the night. I immediately waved my hands. Class monitor, I'm easily scared, don't frighten me. Axel Lee and Lily Shin, as if they had caught me red-handed, ordered generously when choosing dishes. When the meal was almost finished, I got a call from my mom and excused myself to leave first. Back home, classmates were discussing in the group chat, Axel Lee spent over $2,000 on this meal. I know, Lily Shin paid for him. I saw Axel Lee and Lily Shin hugging and kissing. The group chat fell silent for a while. I popped up. Axel Lee is a financially disadvantaged student sponsored by my family. Only the teachers know the information about the impoverished students. The classmates are unaware. Others assumed that since Axel Lee had a paralyzed mother, his family must be wealthy, especially since he always wore brand-name clothes. When I exposed Axel Lee's secret, Lily Shin immediately jumped in. Myra HKU, your words are disgusting, no matter how wealthy your family is. It's your parents' money. What does that have to do with you? Haha. Some people think that paying money gives them the right to be self-righteous. This is a confession without being pressed. Soon, the group started bombarding Lily Shin. Axel Lee wisely chose to remain silent. I guess Axel Lee is waiting for a chance to completely take me down. Sure enough, 3 days later, when I reported to the class monitor about receiving the admission letter from HKU University, he immediately announced it in the group chat. Axel Lee called me. Myra, did you really receive the admission letter from HKU University? Yeah, just got it today. I know he's suspicious, so I confidently took a photo and sent it over. Your dad really has a way with things. That evening, my parents celebrated for me at a restaurant. The whole family sat together for a lively meal, taking photos and posting them on Moments. Lily Shin and Axel Lee immediately liked them. I thought they would make a big move before school started, but they remained quiet until the beginning of the semester. My parents brought me to UW, and we first settled in a large flat near the campus before heading to UW for registration. During registration, I saw Axel Lee and Lily Shin. Lily Shin was also admitted to HKU University. It felt strange, but I didn't pay much attention to it. After the military training ended, someone posted on the campus forum, claiming that a freshman had gotten in through the back door. Getting into HKU University is every student's dream. Everyone is scrambling to get in, and when they heard about unfair treatment, the post was instantly pinned to the top. I only found out through classmates' discussions. Seeing the post, I thought to myself, it's finally here. Someone wants to expose my scars, but they're actually exposing themselves. Wait until they reap what they sow. Soon, the poster made several revelations, and the content of the posts gradually pointed towards me. They reminded me, in my previous life, HKU was chosen as the student representative to host the military training closing ceremony. The school posted the video on the campus forum, which was later reposted and went viral. My family is well off, but I didn't want to see someone else living the good life, so I decided to steal the opportunity. I reviewed the closing ceremony scripts from HKU's past years, made slight modifications, and then signed up to participate. I met my classmate Jiang Yunche during registration. Jiang Yunche is a local of the capital city. The surname Jiang is associated with the imperial relatives in the capital. I wanted to interact with him, but being too obvious would seem deliberate. So I treated him as just an ordinary classmate. He said a word to the teacher and left. I laughed at myself mockingly. Such an unattainable existence. Better not to dream, while queuing to sign up for the audition. I ran into Axel Lee and Lily Shen. Axel Lee must have said something, because Lily Shen blushed shyly. When she saw me, she came over and linked arms with me. Myra GU, are you here to run for the host position too? Isn't it inappropriate to run for host without any prior training? Lily Shen covered her mouth and said, oh, I forgot, you got into Huada University without even applying, so pulling strings to become a host should be just as easy for you. Everyone around us turned to glare at me angrily upon hearing this. Axel Lee, Myra GU, your parents sold their factory just so you could come to Huada University. How can you still be so ungrateful? The angry voices of surrounding classmates erupted. My God. So she's the one who got in through backdoor connections. She doesn't seem that special. Can't believe she forced her family to sell their factory just for school. What terrible luck to have a daughter like that. Exactly. We should collectively boycott this kind of despicable behavior. The classmates all took photos, while I just stood there quietly. Axel Lee, Myra GU, today I'll teach you a lesson on behalf of your parents, so you won't. Axel Lee, who do you think you are to lecture me on behalf of my dad? Who gave you that right? Axel Lee's face turned pale with anger, his voice trembling. Do you really want to force your parents to sell their blood just for the sake of a host? Axel Lee. Your mouth is so foul. I waved my hand, pushing Axel Lee away. All right, my fake dad, please step aside. Some classmates around us laughed. Lily Shen, Myra GU, Axel Lee meant well. Don't be so ungrateful. Axel Lee, Lily Shen, I was just auditioning. Was it necessary for you to target me like this? Anyone who didn't know better would think I'd committed some heinous crime, turning you into righteous judges condemning me. The school organized this event to show its emphasis on new students. As one of them, actively participating in school activities should be the attitude every freshman ought to have. With so many people participating, it's normal for some to be selected and others not. If I wasn't chosen, I'll treat it as a chance to improve, identify my shortcomings, and strive to perform better in future school events. Axel Lee, are you stupid? If you draw so much attention to yourself, people will notice and find out you got into Huada University through backdoor connections. Forget about being selected. You could face expulsion. Don't you realize how serious this is? I sighed. For the sake of our past friendship as classmates, could you please stop deliberately smearing my reputation? Others might not know my academic performance, but you were my high school classmates. I was always ranked first in our class. If you could get into Huada University, why couldn't I? Lily Shen, Myra GU, stop deceiving everyone. We're all doing this for your own good. We all know you originally applied to Xiamen University, and it was only after your father sold the factory that you got into Huada. Axel Lee and Lily Shen, who brainwashed you. Xiamen University is a local second-tier college in our area, while Tsinghua is the nation's top institution. My grades clearly qualify me for Tsinghua. Why would I choose a second-tier school? Lily Shen, did you promise Axel Lee you'd apply to Xiamen University? Exactly. Out of consideration for our friendship, I did list Xiamen University, but as my 98th choice. I was admitted by my first choice school. Didn't you notice? Both of you got into the lowest scoring majors through the international program, while I'm in the most competitive major. Some classmates were whispering around. 98 college preferences. They must be from a province with fierce college entrance exam competition. Oh my God, their scores must be insanely high. Exactly. Are these two idiots or what? Clearly just jealous because they can't measure up to others. That's not what the post said. Maybe it was someone else. Axel Lee was humiliated. He raised his arm to strike me, but as it came down, I precisely controlled his wrist. He tried to break free but couldn't move an inch. Axel Lee. Lily Shen, you can say whatever you want, but please provide valid evidence. Otherwise, I can sue you for defamation. What's all the commotion about? A group of student council members approached. I saw my cousin leading the student council and winked at him. My cousin walked past expressionlessly. The senior students with him all knew me and wanted to greet me, but they held back because of him. The preliminary audition was straightforward. After my screen test, I left quickly. Back in the classroom, my classmates were all buzzing with discussion, and every glance directed at me was filled with admiration. A classmate spotted me and pulled me over to check the school forum. I saw the account and knew it was my cousin's. He wasn't deliberately favoring me. He had simply posted a few campaign videos on the forum, letting the entire student body participate in the selection. There are two versions about me. One is the confident and sunny speech during the audition, and the other is when Axel Lee tried to hit me, and I grabbed his wrist. Some say I'm a Charlie's Angel, capable of subduing violent men barehanded while also playing the role of a soft, cute girl. The whole school participated in the voting, making the process fair and just. I ranked the highest. Lily Shun ranked outside the top 100. She had performed quite well originally, but many classmates witnessed her and Axel Lee slandering me. Lily Shun and Axel Lee were already unpopular in class, and now both of them are being ostracized. In the end, I became the host. When my parents heard I was selected, they came to school to cheer me on. I stood on the stage, holding the microphone and speaking eloquently. My hosting script was quite different from before, giving everyone a refreshing feeling. The camera was live-streaming me the entire time, and my confident, unflinching performance won everyone's applause. As the show was nearing its end, Axel Lee suddenly stood up and shouted, "I am reporting with my real name that Myra GU got into Hwada University through backdoor connections. She doesn't deserve to stand on Hwada's stage." On the screen behind me appears a screenshot of me registering Axel Lee for Xiamen University, along with my subsequent admission letter. What happened not long ago on the campus forum has linked everyone with me. Standing on the stage, I see my father about to rush forward, so I calm him with a look. Student Axel Lee. Today is the closing ceremony for new students at HKU University. As a member of the incoming class, you openly disrupted an event organized by the school. This behavior of yours is unacceptable. Moreover, the reason I can stand here is based on my own capabilities. If you have doubts about my abilities, you can report me. Don't waste public resources or take up everyone's valuable time. After speaking, I continued hosting the event, glancing at Axel Lee, who was being dragged away with his mouth covered. The smile on my face grew even more composed and confident. After the incident, I went to find a teacher and proactively admitted my mistake. The teacher comforted me, telling me to focus on my studies and not be disturbed by external matters. My parents were so furious they could have killed Axel Lee. I reassured them and explained a few things, letting them know I had my own plans. I regained my usual composure and continued attending school. Axel Lee was bullied by the entire class, and Lily Shun, sensing the situation was bad, didn't dare to contact Axel Lee. He tried to reach out to her several times, but she kept making excuses to refuse and grew close to a wealthy second-generation student in the class. Instead of reflecting on his own actions, he blamed all the problems on me and was about to seek revenge when his mother called. His mother is bedridden and needs care. Over the years, our family has been paying for her care while he shirked responsibility. When the money my dad gave the nanny ran out, the nanny left. His mother couldn't take care of herself, so she called Axel Lee to ask what was going on. Coincidentally, the class was urging him to pay the tuition fees. He was in an international program with very high tuition fees, so he called my dad and demanded money without hesitation. "Uncle GU, you promised to support me until I graduate from university. Why haven't you paid the tuition yet? Are you out of your mind? We're not related in any way. Why should I fund your education? Do I have so much money that I don't know where to spend it? You promised to support me until I graduate from college. First of all, the condition for me funding your education was that you were my daughter's boyfriend. Now that you're with someone else, why should I continue to support you? And let's not forget, when it was time to fill out college applications, you encouraged my daughter to apply to Xiamen University. I haven't even settled that score with you yet. Are you looking for trouble?" After saying this, Dad angrily hung up the phone. Mom anxiously asked, "Are you okay?" Dad chuckled and said, "The kid's too green. He couldn't find a chance to get back at me, so he came knocking on his own. Who else would I mess with if not him?" Mom, now happy, brought up another matter. "Honey, something strange happened today." Weren't you looking at that factory building a few days ago? Don't even mention it. They said they'd rather let it rot than rent it to us. Later, I found out it's owned by the Jiang family. There's no hope of leasing it. Arriving in the capital, I realized the few coins in my pocket were far from enough. Mom pulled out a contract. Someone brought this contract today, and the other party has already signed it. Dad thought he misheard. But upon seeing it was indeed a rental contract, signed for 20 years, and noticing the signature below was Jiang Yunche, he immediately took the contract and left to verify its authenticity. Axel Lee's mother cannot take care of herself. Without a maid, she can't even get a meal, frequently calling Axel Lee to ask for money. Axel Lee needs to prepare for tuition fees, living expenses, and with his mother's situation, he has no choice but to take on part-time jobs. The jobs pay monthly, but he couldn't wait. Using his status as a Huada University student, he tried to get an advance on his salary. The employer wanted to accommodate him, but the request hadn't been approved yet. Unable to endure the customer's unreasonable demands, Axel Lee got into a physical altercation with them. Unfortunately, the customer turned out to be a wealthy second-generation heir. Axel Lee was fired, and the rich heir even had people break his leg. Axel Lee turned around and blackmailed my dad, saying if he didn't give him money, he would expose how I got into UW through backdoor connections. My dad immediately called the police, reporting that someone was extorting him. Axel Lee hated my dad to the core, vowing to drag my entire family into the mud. He went in arrogantly, but reality quickly humbled him. Facing imminent arrest, he had to play the victim card to get released. He hadn't attended classes for a long time and didn't ask for leave, which counts as truancy. After prolonged absenteeism and failure to pay tuition fees, he was expelled from school. When he turned to Lily Shun for help, she was already getting cozy with a rich second-generation heir. Seeing Axel Lee cling to her, she humiliated him. Axel Lee, what kind of trash are you? You're not even worthy of tying my shoelaces. Axel Lee got beaten up again. He had a leg injury, and this time it was completely ruined, leaving him crippled. The video of me hosting the military training closing ceremony went viral online. Now I'm a minor internet celebrity, crowned as the hottest cute girl. Reading the comments about me online, I sipped my milk tea with delight. I only found out because some classmates were talking about it. Axel Lee was expelled. He was beaten up by the rich kid after blackmailing him with intimate videos of Lily Shun, and Lily Shun was dumped by the rich kid. With her financial support cut off, Lily Shun confronted Axel Lee to settle the score. Axel Lee demanded that she sleep with him for one night in exchange for the videos. Lily Shun agreed on the surface. Axel Lee, having had his manhood damaged, grew increasingly anxious and desperate to prove himself. In a fit of rage, he hit Lily Shun and called her a slut. Blaming her for his condition, Lily Shun shouted back, calling Axel Lee a scumbag who was jealous of her academic achievements and deliberately sabotaged her application to Xia University. Later, Lily Shun stabbed Axel Lee in the neck with a fruit knife she had prepared in advance. All their actions were broadcast live in a certain livestream room. By the time the police and others arrived, Axel Lee was already beyond saving. Lily Shun was caught on the spot. Someone quickly called the police, reporting that Lily Shun and Axel Lee had maliciously harmed a classmate who had been admitted to Huada University, causing the victim to suffer a severe car accident. The victim woke up in the hospital, saw the video, and immediately reported it to the police. I just found out how Lily Shun got into Huada University. They got what they deserved, and my good days have just begun. Dad rented a factory building, developed informants across the country, and successfully gathered local specialties. My identity as a minor internet celebrity was put to good use. I did live streaming sales on Saturdays and Sundays. Over time, people felt I shouldn't only do live streaming sales 2 days a week. My dad responded uniformly with, "We're doing scarcity marketing." Netizens one by one posted reaction memes. As time went on, our sales prices were low, quality was good, and we received a flood of orders every day, keeping us so busy we barely had time to catch our breath. One day, while looking for a live script in my dad's study, I accidentally saw a factory lease contract in the drawer with the name Lee Yunche on it. Through the class group chat, I found Jiang Yunche's information and sent him a friend request. Note, classmate Jiang, how about giving me a chance to treat you to a meal? He quickly accepted my friend request. Address: I'm about to start the live stream soon, and Jiang Yunche clearly means to treat us now. After hesitating for a few seconds, I sent the address. Dad happened to come in from outside. Myra, did you find the script for the live stream? Dad, is this factory building rented from the Jiang family? Dad nodded. You know him. I have a classmate named Jiang Yunche too, and is asking me to treat him now. Dad pushed me away. Go ahead. Don't keep him waiting too long. What about the live stream? Leave this small matter to me. Rest assured, I'll handle it beautifully. Turning around, Dad announced in the live stream, my daughter is in love, celebrating her successful exit from singlehood. All items ordered today get 30% off for every 3 pieces.